Hopefully that should be working. There we go. We are live.
I'm here.
Present.
I got to turn my audio off because I got it in the background.
Yep,
Watching us back.
Hang on. Here we go. We got another guest here as well.
The ads.
Oh, here we go.
Look at you two. Got the you got the sets set up so that you could mirror each other a little bit there too. I noticed.
I was going to say, should I have it on the side or on the? How does this work?
Yeah, go side.
On the side, you get the full frame there.
Right, let's go side.
Yeah.
You got that Falcon that we didn't want to tell anyone about, Nick, right there behind you.
Oh, the shell. Yeah, the car we can't reveal. That one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Hey, don't tell anyone.
Keep it hidden.
Better make sure we don't show anybody. No one knows about that.
We got a heap of people in the chat as well. So we're here having a yarn, and we had a bit of a pre-yarn as well.
I'm finding a drink. Sorry, guys. Let me just find.
Oh yeah, we've been at the spot on Christmas party all afternoon, and Nick's had a few too many strawberry lemonades.
I have had a couple.
Yeah,
I may have had one or two. I may say some unpopular things tonight. Who knows?
Even got a flash shirt.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, Andy had a few beers. We've all got spot on shirts now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got my drink of choice.
A bit of God's nectar.
Hey Nick, look, I'm still on the hard shit, mate. See that? Look at that freshie.
You're a faggot.
Oh, look, we've got a heap of people in the chat. There's Talk Hub Media, I see, just spotted up as well. In there,
I'm trying to get out of the way of this light. How is this going to work? Is that better?
It's working.
More Christmas tree.
We got who we got in the chat, Tolly? Can you see it better than we're talking? We got Brendan
Chris
Bennett.
Young, RC Car, Brendan Bennett, 4JB1 Performance Parts and Mods, Streetcar Culture, Dad's Garage, Trevor Smith, Cornfed Boost.
What?
Dane, how you going?
I got to say, from last year, my username was still more crashy than Scott, so I'm going to leave that as it is.
He just crashed then. I just saw him crash.
Scott had an accident.
I haven't crashed yet.
We've got Phil in the chat, little Phil.
G'day, mate.
Mad Cow Mark, Grump202, Brennan South, Nan's in the chat. Terry Hankins.
Right. Oh, g'day to everyone here. You're going to listen to us talk some crap and have a drink, and it's Christmas and what the hell. I did get some talking points this afternoon. If I could find them, they're on one of these screens that are here somewhere in front of me. So I do have some questions for everyone. Just random shit that I found on the internet. I don't know. I just googled talking points and it just come up with something. I went, yeah, I'll go with that.
We're all in trouble here.
I think we got Diggles is going to join us at some point as well.
Now we saw him at the spot on party, and I don't know what state he's in now, but he was in a bit of a state before.
That could be classic.
Where is he? Someone
He's-
guys a message.
I was gonna say, you guys think I've had too many sherbets. You wait till see him. I mean,
I'm just messaging him now. He's just given me a thumbs up.
Oh, look out.
But that should be good fun. I told him we want him to come on and give us his take on the whole NPK, No Prep Kings stuff. So he'll give us his commentary, and if you think it's hard to get a word in with all here going back and forwards, it'll be even harder once we've got Diggles on.
I think at that point we just make it a Diggles show. At that point,
Yeah, at that point
we just laugh and drink.
Yeah.
I'll just full screen Diggles up on the.
Well, it just becomes a reaction video at that point, doesn't it? Like we all just sit back and just react. They're popular these days, aren't they?
That is the
Goes
thing.
pretty well, I think.
So, but I guess the year's done. We're all wrapped up. I got an echo. That sucks. Is it just me?
I can hear
No,
you.
Has everyone got the echo?
You're fine. You're fine to me.
It's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so our year's done. We've wrapped up I've still got 2 things to print in the print shop. So I'm not quite wrapped up, but we're pretty much wrapped up the print shop. My day-to-day job's wrapped up today. So tomorrow's looking a bit easier. Sal went Christmas shopping today, so we didn't actually. She wasn't printing. She went Christmas shopping today,
Shops like a man.
we just finished putting up the Christmas tree. I know Hoff's just moved his, and then we made him move his camera, which ruined everything.
This one here is bad.
But we only just put up our Christmas tree tonight. Is that Am I a bit late?
We've got a small
I keep
dog.
going up there.
We only just got a puppy, so we only put ours up the other day, thinking that the less time it's up, the less time she has to destroy it. So
Just eat it.
yeah, she's only knocked it down once, so she's still doing okay.
Jake,
We're
you
not
got
allowed
Christmas tree up, mate?
We're not allowed Christmas in my house.
He's the
It's
Grinch.
not because I'm religious. It's just because I'm an asshole.
Not
My
bad
mum
for that.
comes in and sets up some piece of something or other with some lights on it, and then like January 1st, I'll throw it in the bin. That's the end of it, eh?
Like your camp gear.
Yeah, legit, just like my camp gear, eh? Like I'd throw everything in the bin if I could get away with it, but no.
Everything is
kids in the
single
bin
use if
too.
you buy cheap enough.
Exactly, yeah, and I didn't buy this at all, so it's fucking free for me.
It's the cheapest it'll ever be.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, well, Tyler, you got one up? Or the dogs will eat that?
No, I don't. I don't actually have a Christmas tree up this year.
Oh.
The Christmas tree and the presents are all in. Well, the Christmas tree is still in the box. The presents are all in another room because the dogs will open them if we leave them out.
You got to have it next year. You'll have your own little child there for Christmas. First Christmas, then it's important.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you can get them boxes with nothing inside them, and they'll just be happy. Like you don't even
The
have
first
to. Yeah, they won't even know what Christmas is. You do whatever you bloody want. And buy yourself presents and give them the wrapping paper. They'll eat it. Like they don't care.
Hoff will give you some tips. He's got 17 kids at home. So
How many of them are his though?
So no, he's.
Here we
I would
go.
imagine Christmas
Here we go.
Day.
We've got
You're
an
supposed to be
extra guest joining us here
pretty
as
busy,
well.
Hoff.
Here we go. There's another
Uh-oh.
guest in.
Oh, Diggles.
Hold on, that bastard.
Hello.
G'day, Diggs.
G'day, Diggles.
What's doing, gentlemen?
Mate, we're here for a bit of Christmas cheer,
Right.
mate. And you've gone to the shed, so I would imagine you're about to bring up the altar and talk to Hoff and say, Hoff, when am I bringing it down?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
he's on the grapes.
He hasn't stopped. You haven't stopped, have you?
Have you stopped, Diggs, or what?
I had to get home, and now I'm home.
Now you're home, mate. I
Yeah.
reckon you left. I reckon you left Springwood 3 hours ago.
That'll be about right, boys. That would be about right.
Oh, that's classic.
Sorry, mate. I'm getting a bit dizzy. Where are you? There you are. There you go. Good. So,
Mate, we were just talking Christmas spirit, mate. We were. Have you got the tree set up at home, mate? You got it all ready for a big Christmas?
mate, I swear to God, I have pulled out all stops this year because it is so trendy everywhere. I've gone for billet Christmas tree. Like so,
Christmas tree.
So the chassis is billet, the branches are billet, the lights are billet, and the presents underneath them are all billet. I got my billet blocks for everyone this Christmas.
Thanks, Diggs. I really appreciate that.
Everyone gets a billet block. If you have not got
Scott's
a
already
billet
got
block,
his, so I'll have his.
write another letter to Santa and say, "Hey, dickhead, where's my billet block?"
Well, that'll be at least 2 people in this room that have got billet blocks for Christmas.
Oh yes, I do know of another little bloke there. There he is. Hoff's out on the deck there. Hoff, is he one of them?
Yes, yeah, and you were the other one, but I know you don't actually have one.
No, it's all bullshit. You know me.
Yeah, I'd be excited, because I know it's not me or Nick that have them.
I
which one
was
of you
looking
fuckers
around the
wanna do
garage
what?
like, where?
Yeah.
Tyler's got the billet RB ready to go up against the billet JZ.
Oh, I just throw that in the bin. You might as well just order another billet
Yeah.
JZ if that's the way you want to tackle it.
I got me
I'll
billet
put mine in the
308 to put into the HJ.
I was going to say, I just looked around and I've got my mad billet Toyota Cast 3RZ sitting over there.
Oh, okay. Well, hang on. Not to be outdone. Let me go for a walk in the workshop here. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can find some billet here somewhere. Here we go. Billet. No, actually, no. You're right, mate. Nothing here, mate. Nothing here.
You got nothing.
Diggs just got a whole bunch of boat anchors sitting around, boat engines sitting around.
Now listen there. That's not nice. Yes, they are heavy. Yes, they would sink to the bottom. But if you were to put one of these, if you were to tie one of these to your leg, or tie a 3RZ to your leg, I reckon you'd sink faster with the 3RZ. Just to be honest.
It's true.
I was just looking at.
With the 3RZ, I'd make a whole bunch of bubbles because I'd be rattling on the way down.
You'd be smiling. I'd be
But
crying because I've lost one of my Mercruisers.
Andrew Phillips has given me shit. He's saying the way I've been buying cars, I'd be surprised if I haven't ordered a billet block.
Oh, we can't.
I can no longer afford one.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about that Andrew Phillips guy.
No. I got a billet shed getting built.
Yeah.
Better than that colour bomb.
Andrew needs
shit.
Yeah, that's right. I need a billet clutch.
Scott's having some connection issues on my end here.
So,
I've got too many kids using my Wi-Fi.
has everyone done their Christmas shopping yet, or what?
Yep.
I've done nothing. So my wife today, Diggle Sally, went out and did our first of our Christmas shopping, and I said, you better get yourself something because I'm not going to see a shop before Christmas. So make sure you get yourself something. Let me know. I can wrap it.
That is the easiest cop-out ever.
She could have waited till I finished work today to go Christmas shopping, but we'd still be there now. So she was like, "No, stuff that." She was leaving this morning. So no, I've done no Christmas shopping yet at all.
Well,
Diggles has Hoffman finished that bottle of bourbon already?
Hoffman's going for a second bottle of billet bourbon. Yeah.
Billet bourbon.
No,
Is that Sally who just commented about hating people?
Who said that?
Yeah. I think that was from the Christmas shopping today.
Oh, look, yeah.
I bought her a beautiful landscape backyard. Actually, that's what happened. Mind you, there was a few people come around and did all the turfing last weekend because I was crook. So yeah, we got the turf down.
You went on the tiramisu diet, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it was actually some sort of bloody bug going around, mate. I lost 8 kilos last weekend.
Yeah, I can do good.
That's a win, mate. That's a win.
Diggle's falling off the chair again.
Sorry,
Simon O'Carroll's in the chat. He did all his Christmas shopping 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, what did he? Yeah, he bought himself a hell of a present.
I wanted to get a swimming pool, but I just couldn't get one.
You just
I've
can't
heard
get
about
it.
I've heard about the hell of a present he's got himself, and I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
good on him. That's a deal. So good.
Kraken.
I can't wait to see it.
He'll release the Kraken.
I can't wait to see it.
Is that the name of the car? Going to be the name of the car? Is it?
I don't know if I was meant to say that. Sorry, Simon. No,
No, that could be it could be the Kraken. It could be.
it could be.
I think
It could be.
they make a very good
All I will reveal about it is I know he's got some 26 8.5 drag radius sitting there for it. That's all I will say.
It's an AU Falcon.
It could be.
There you
Isn't he
found.
going that?
Like
Snickers
like
now?
we discussed, is there's always a 50-50 chance whether someone's new car is an AU Falcon or it's not.
Yep, that's right.
50-50 chance.
I know Sally has sat in it. I didn't get in it because I thought I'd probably get stuck in it. I don't think I could get back out.
Oh, so it's a Corolla.
Well, Hoff manages to get in and out of bloody
And I'm
Corolla.
fucking
He's got
you
that
know,
set up
watch him
well.
do it. I'm impressed that he can get in and out of that car, eh?
He's obviously set it up right, hey?
As someone who sat in his Corolla, I yes, you're right. I don't understand how he gets in and out of it.
Which one?
The
Pick
red
one.
one, I fucking struggle to get out of that thing.
Fine.
Any
fine.
Corolla Hoff for you, really? He's a big. It's some blokes pick really big cars and they're little midgets, but then you've also got the opposite
Yeah, well,
where you're a really big bloke and you're
They're
like.
compensating for something.
What'd you say? Sorry, mate.
They're compensating for something.
Yeah. That's.
Insert
What are you
that
compensating
picture.
for?
Insert that picture of the guy from The Simpsons driving around in the car with his knees hanging up in his steering wheel.
Oh, from The Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Are
can't
you
be
laughing at me
compensating for
driving my
anything, Hoff.
automobile?
You must have them like this, mate. You're not compensating for nothing.
I know we wanted that save of the day bloody trophy Diggles there for the Christmas bash, but Hoff had the one for this year. I think watching what event was that at Jambo?
Jambo. Yeah, Jambo.
Mate, that swing for the fence.
I mean, to be fair, he obviously won the save of the year for the year from Jambo for that one run, but I reckon he was definitely 5 of the top 10 for the rest.
He
of
was.
the year.
Look, he's still casual about it. Look at him.
There was never an event there with Hoff driving that red Corolla that everything went smoothly and the car went straight. It always did.
My freaking heart stopped. My heart stopped on the start line. I was just like, oh my god! And then he come back and he went, oh yeah, pulled to the right a little bit.
Yeah. Sarah didn't report any cleanup in the undies, so we're all good.
That's because you throw those ones out, man.
It was fine. Yeah.
You were calm as when you come back. Oh yeah.
He'd be out of that top 10 wild rides. He has about 4 of them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll bring it on next year. I'm not changing it.
I don't think there was a run. I don't think there was a run that he did in Kenda at all that he tripped the 60-foot beams with any of the front wheels.
No.
I don't think there was one run.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it, though. It's boring otherwise.
As I've commentated before, Scott Hoffman driving the world's smallest personal roller coaster. That's a personal roller coaster right there. The only thing it doesn't do is loop the loops. Thank Christ.
Oh,
Thank God.
He's fucking coming. He's crying. Looks like
Get your license. You can have a go next year.
Diggles, tell us, how's the Suzuki, mate? I saw a Suzuki come up in my feed today. Someone else's. I was going to tag you in it, but is yours still on the go?
Touchy subject, that.
Oh, bit of work.
We are touchy kind of people around here.
Yeah, I know. So I feel like I could really just sort of share everything.
Nobody watches us. There's nobody else here in the room.
Do you like my new selfie stick? I'm holding the phone up against a piece of 30mm box section.
What?
It's just great. You can just sort of... There you go. Is that right? Is that all right? There you go.
There's a bit of ASMR.
I'm seeing boobs.
See-through elevators. Sort of see-through.
It's not very pleasant ASMR.
That's too low.
Yeah, Brendan
Yeah,
knows
in
what's
the
going on.
jammies. No, I'm not in the jammies. All right. Well, look, couple of things. Just to talk about the end of this year and next year. Yes, the Suzuki. Yes, I'd like it a little bit further along, but it's like anything when you're waiting on things and people, outside your skill set. In other words, if I had to run some 1/2-inch copper on it, it would have already been done, right? But it doesn't need 1/2-inch copper. Not yet. I haven't plumbed it yet. But It needs good paint and panel. I still think it's in the best place that it can be up in Warwick with Benzie there. That's got Warwick paint and panel. He's got both cars up there. I've got 2 Sierras there. I've got a beautiful 1 litre example, which I wish I had, a year earlier, because Danny could have used it straight off the scratch. But we used the one that Phil Penny gave us, and that had a little bit more Nambucca rust in it. So it needs to be a little straighter. Danny actually had to make sills for it and everything to get it all on the table square. But then this beautiful example popped up at good money. So literally we've got 2 complete cars up in Warwick, one waiting for one to become the other. So it's major surgery to get all that panel work onto that, full chassis car. But I do think it's worth it. The other temptation is to just get it back all patina and pretend it washed up on a beach in Puerto Rico. And I'm up for that too.
That's a bit of weight reduction.
I've kind of got an idea that, if I was ever going to have a car nice enough that you could take to Rocky Nats, it could be that car if we really took our time and detailed it. There's not much else to do other than that good paint and panel, good detail work, and honestly a detailed engine and billet intake, and then that would be it. But I am waiting on Matty McCarthy for that. I know he'll do a beautiful job, but I hopefully I'll get that inlet manifold before the Olympics, so it should be all right.
Mate, this is going to be a bit of a piece of work. But
is it still a Mercruiser, Diggs?
Yes, mate, absolutely. We'll be waving the Mercruiser flag very high, because in the rules, there's nothing against marine engines in sedans. It was only a rule in the Altereds and Dragsters that you couldn't have a marine engine. So I'll be actively looking to, as it's closer, see if I can't get a marine sponsorship of some sort, because I want to wave the old big Mercruiser flag behind it, because it's potentially going to be one of the first of its type in the world, like that. I mean, there's Mercruisers. I know of a lot of that engine in a lot of different things. I'm on every little book, every Facebook page that's got them in things. But yeah, certainly not in something like this anyway. So I think it'll be worth the wait. I'm not in a hurry. We got unfinished business with the Hoff, don't we, Hoff?
Hoff's tuned out. He's in the comments section.
Hoff doesn't have the earbuds in. No, well, look, a lot of this stuff would happen. Like if the Altered had sold, we could have moved further with the Suzuki or started on the Suzuki. But, because that thing hasn't moved, it's like, well, you know what? What does it take to really get going? And after Hoff had a look at the Christmas bash, the gears started to turn sort of immediately on what can be done with it. But, I'm not going to tax the man too much. He already creates so much of his own gorgeous stuff and works for everyone else. I'm willing to stand in the queue, but I'm in the far queue.
Oh, you're in the
No,
mate, that Mercruiser though, wasn't there some sort of little bit of a loophole involved in the Mercruiser?
For the Altered, yes, it was presented IHRA as the Ford Motorsport engine, because Ford did sell that block as a motorsport block. They only did it for a year in the 1980s, I think 86, because Mercury was buying all the raw components, the cylinder heads, the rods, the pistons for it. And then as a bit of a deal, Ford bought, I think, a bunch of Mercruiser, the block, and then sold them as a motorsport block. They actually put a part number on them and everything. So it come through as a motorsport block and a motorsport engine other than Mercruiser.
Not just a boat engine.
No, well, we were lucky that Laurie from IHRA saw it that same way as well. Look, we still would have built the car. It's not like we wouldn't have not built the car, but it was just that you wanted it all to be legit, especially if you wanted to claim the record like we wanted to. So, but down in the sedan, we'll be waving the big bloody Merc stickers on it and everything, because that's one of the big features I think the car's going to have that no other Samurai in the world's got, and that's a 3.7 litre 484 bore space, half a big block Ford in there,
Mate, it'll be a bit different, that's for sure. So
it'll be worth the wait, mate. We're in no hurry. We've got other toys in front of us, which, as Hoff and I were talking about, it's literally the pieces laying around the workshop that kind of can make that thing get up and go, and we can go there, or you know, we go the long way around, and that's to leave it in my hands. That's been in my hands like this for bloody 2 years, mate, and I haven't lifted a finger on it.
Well, hopefully you've got another project, mate. Is that your Christmas present? Got something
I don't
coming
know
up?
if it's a present. It's a Christmas regret. But yeah, I'll make it work.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
Christmas,
So
what?
you've obviously got some bits. What are you going to do? Some bamboo bits that you're not using now because you're going a different direction
I'll
there?
use a little bit of that, but I think big tire, no prep racing next year is going to be a thing. So
Okay.
I
How big of a tire
something.
can you go into that Corolla?
So it'll fit probably a 32 by 14 slick, or
Whoa.
a 325 65 radial,
Oh, decent.
and it
Did
weighs fuck all.
So
you go to the meeting the other day, Hoff?
No,
Yeah, so
I don't
they
want to
had a
race
meeting.
I don't want to race the America guys. Just I want to do Coralban and roll racing and stuff.
Yeah, good call, good call. No,
and we've got to see what comes of next year, right? Yeah, there was a meeting on Thursday or whatever, wasn't there? We've got to see what comes of this whole MPK after they come and visit. Like it might blow up, you know. Matty Jungaloy's been doing a fair bit with no prep racing over the years, and then we got Coralban popping up. We got Gup, you know, doing a few events. But do we think that no prep will take off after this, or is it? Just everyone will slow down their radial cars, and
I don't really care. I've always had the power at like Coralban and roll racing to win, but I just never had the tyre. So this car has the tyre, but
yep,
it's only a ladder bar car, so who knows? It might work.
Diggles, what's your whole thought on the no prep Kings and the Americans coming? There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of people got to turn their cars around, make big changes, right, to race these guys.
Yeah. Look, you know what? We'll know a lot more when it's here. There's been all these preconceptions. Everyone's clambering for a car to be eligible. They're all raving on that they're ready to take on the Yanks and whatever. That's good. They're shooting a show. From what I understand, it's a hell of a production. You get to test for 2 days with them watching, and you may or may not get a run, but they encourage you to have that car ready at any time that they may call on you to go up and run someone. And it's been reported that, you know, what's happened in the States is that they can do that, and then at the last minute you may not fit the storyline, and then you're not up, you know. So it's not probably the purest form of it, but you know, we're already doing the purest form of it. You know what happens at Coralban, and you know what Gup's trying to do at his event. So we're already doing a purer, faster version of it. This is going to be a long, protracted production with cameras everywhere, storylines everywhere. They're going to take their time to do it. They're not doing it on the. I mean, as much as they'll do it on the fly, they've still probably got a method to do it, and it'll be, I think, for spectators, I don't think it'll be much good. You know, you'll be wrapped up in it all, but don't expect to get a result in 2 hours there. You might be there. Well, most drag events, you could be there 16 hours. You know, it's good. We'll look at it how much of a milestone it is in the sport. But, you know, Hoff's absolutely right. You know, we've got opportunities here right now to do it. And if anything, it's a little bit more real because it's real cars in our own suburbs. And there's a hell of a lot of those that are quick hit, you know, 7 days a week, not just for 4 weeks of next year, you know.
I think Warwick. I think wait till
there's going to be heaps
Warwick
happening out in Warwick.
Yep. I don't think Matt Loy will disappoint us with.
Oh no.
You know, like that'll be your best no prep events out of anywhere. In my mind, anyway.
The first event at Warwick is going to be the kind of event that everyone wants to go to. Not because it's a no prep, not because it's because it is literally going to be balls to the wall, bare bum racetrack. Go run your shit, and that. And
it's going to be slipperier than the M1. It's going to be terrible.
Knowing Matty Loy and those boys, they will literally be putting the fence post down the other end and then go run the cars, and that's and it's going to be safe, but it's going to be as bare bum of a racetrack as you can get. Like that is going to separate. That is going to set the tone for no prep, because obviously, of course, with everything, it'll probably come around a lot faster than
I
what
can't
people
wear
think.
that.
It'd be a no prep surface for half a day, and then after half a day, you'd be able to put more power down. But for that first half of a day, it is going to be wild.
That's part of what the no prep racing is, though, isn't it? It's that track changing throughout the day.
Absolutely, that's what everyone deals with. That's what everyone's battling with. But I feel like that is going to be as no prep as anyone's going to see in Australia is that track when it opens up.
What?
I'll have to learn how to change some tunes on my car. What I do in the bloody software, because I got no idea. So I might have to do some crash
You
courses.
just fucking go like this.
Yeah, just pedal it.
Tune, mate. Here's the tune right here.
It doesn't fit on my head, man.
Christmas hat as well. How good's that?
You got a bigger one or what?
I do have the blow up Christmas Santa suit, Diggles. It turned up while we were out there.
So what cars are going to take on these MPK cars anyway?
Oh,
Door
Who
slammers?
do you reckon? Well, throw some names out there. Who do you reckon would be? Well, obviously we got Justin. Justin's got the only real big no prep car in the country.
First choice is going to be Justin, because he's the only one that's really built his car to suit the event, which is
That's right.
full props to him. But he is at the forefront of building a car to suit.
Yeah,
no
but
prep.
is that a 3-second car? Like what? Justin Swanson's ringing and
Well, no,
we
that's
don't
the
know.
thing is, and that's the hard thing is where in Australia, no prep is it's known, but it's not big. It's not like in America where they run an event every weekend, where those guys are going to have so many passes. They're going to know what the thing does. They're going to know everything. Guys over here don't. Besides Coralban, they don't have the experience or Gups Power Crew stuff. They don't really have the runs on a car to have the data to know what their cars are going to do. So it's going to be tricky for sure. But I don't know. I don't know how many steel roof and quarter big tire cars that are in Australia that can go threes, and even on a prep track.
Well, Diggles is the guy who would know who would fit that bill. I think he'd be the man that's
Diggles
been
looked like
watching.
he's
But
forgot that
even
one
then-
here.
all the cars that can actually race the Americans are from America.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would think that. So say if they came over this year and they did this running in February, March, like they're going to, I would feel like if they came back next year, we would have a lot more of a chance of having up a bit of a fight to them. Not because we're bad or anything like that. Just because in Australia we've got, what events do we have? We have Winter Nationals and these kinds of prepped events, or we've got Kenders. We don't really have a no prep event that happens every week or every weekend or every 3 weeks or we don't have that. So it's going to be a bit of a thing for us, I think.
Yeah.
As Australians, but I feel like as a spectator point, I think Diggles is right in the way that it's gonna be a drawn out process because it is a TV show. We have to understand that, but I think as a spectator, it's gonna be one of the biggest events Willowbank have ever held, in my opinion.
I think, look, there's a lot of people keen. My whole thought is why so many people are keen to see the Americans race. Why don't they just get out there and watch the Kenda Radial and go to some of those events? Yeah. We got some pretty cool people racing.
Well, look,
on that stuff anyway.
in saying that, I mean, like these guys, these Americans are coming over to run this no prep series, and they're going, and people are happy to throw $10,000-$15,000 at their car in terms of slicks and shocks and all this other stuff to meet these rules to run these Americans. Use that same money and spend it on some cars that race in some events that are over here. Like, get that enthused and race events that are already happening.
Yep.
It's hard. It's hard.
But what other cars we got? Wade Wagstaff. I don't know if he's had a go. There's a Simon O'Carroll throwing his name in the hat for a small tyre class. No Wade, was it?
Well, Wade wouldn't really go no prep though, wouldn't he?
He's like, no, not going to do it.
Well,
Simon's in the chat. Simon's saying he's thrown his name in the hat for the small tyre class, and the Tirana was originally a 10.5 28-inch tyre car that was fast back in the day.
because that was Mod Street blown, I believe. That was back in the APSA days, back when that was a thing. Diggles would remember that. Diggles and Hoff were both around for that. APSA, I think it was called.
Yeah, because we're there. Yeah.
I was a young kid in the
That's
grandstand. I don't really remember racing it, but...
Yeah, no, well, APSA's it. So if you want to go back a little bit in time,
Oh, we lost his audio.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Diggles has been struggling with this whole thing, eh?
He's had a few.
Diggles, you've gone quiet. You've turned the mic off, mate.
It's a game of charades, everybody. It's a game of charades.
We've lost audio. We've lost the audio.
No,
Bloody-
leave the audio. This is great.
I always thought it was the Willowbank PA, Diggles, but apparently it's just you that cuts in and out.
We've lost audio, but we've gained bicep. I don't know how that's happened, but it's a thing.
He's laying over. He's fallen on his side.
The camera's still still, everybody. It's just him that's moving around.
Oh, no, he's good, mate. He's good.
No, we certainly can't hear him.
What's he done? What's his microphone? What's he done? That's a mo. That is a porn star mustache if ever I've seen one.
The mullet, the mo. You got it all going on, mate.
Andy said the Tiger King is back.
He's doing some.
Fix your microphone, Diggs.
We'll let him fix his audio issues on there. No, we can't hear you. You need to go out and come back in, maybe. I don't know. That's mute.
No, he's got his mic turned off according to his thing.
That's what she said.
You're muted now. It actually says muted on my screen.
Oh, someone had enough of him. Which one of you guys had enough of him and turned him off?
Oh, no, now he's gone.
No,
He's
he's
lost
gone.
him.
No, bring him back. Bring him back.
But yeah, back to topic. APSA. Like, Scott
Somebody
was
put
around
baby in the corner.
I mean, Scott. I'm pretty sure Scott was running the bamboo car back in the APSA days. That was like a slick. That was before radios, wasn't it, Scott?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I was on radio, but
yeah, but that was before radios were a thing. That was before Kenders, before any of that stuff.
yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, that car was the first 7-seat car in Australia on a radio. Period.
Mm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, now I'm slow.
Well, that's because it's sitting on a hoist, mate. It can't go very fast when it's sitting on a hoist.
Yeah.
But yeah, so APSA back in the day, way back, was before radios were a big thing and slicks were a thing. They had like 28-10-5 cars that were sort of steel firewall and they had a whole bunch of rules. So that's where a lot of these Kender cars came from. Is a lot of they sort of kept the same rules but put a radial tire on them, so these cars had somewhere to race. So that's where the Johnny Wilson, Simon O'Carroll cars and like the Matt McCarthy cars and things like that, they were APSA cars that then turned to radial cars. So those guys could technically go back, but obviously you're making a big change, and APSA, I don't know. Scott may correct me, but it's probably 10 years old. I have no idea how long it's been since people have been running on slicks properly in Australia.
No, longer.
Yeah,
Longer. Yeah. There you go.
So I mean, from what I've heard and what I've understood about the meeting, I didn't personally go, but from what I've heard is what they're demanding is basically it's all for the show. It's all for the TV show. It's they don't care about how fast your car is. They care about what kind of character you are and what kind of how they're going to fit that into the storyline and that kind of thing. So.
Oh well, surely Paul Jesus here in the chat. He's got to be in the storyline there somewhere for sure.
Oh, I feel like
famous radio racer will make the cut for sure, Simon.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like don't get me wrong. There's definitely characters in the sport over here. There's heaps of them, but it's just a matter of who the production company are willing to bring on. That's the he's back.
You also got to have a chance of winning too.
Diggles, can you talk to us? No.
No, he's taking that. He's taking that shit.
He's faking that for sure.
Good, we'll just overdub him. Tyler, can you do some dubbing?
I don't know. If I
Yeah,
can-
yeah. Look, he's going to say, here comes Simon O'Carroll's Tirana, and he's got 6 stages of nitrous all lined up for the next run.
Mop the floor with all these American idiots coming over here thinking they can run on our track.
And or Hoff's broken
Oh,
axle.
Nick's-
He's broken another axle. Hoff. Oh, look at Hoff. He's done an axle.
We've just had live text from Hoff. Hoff's in the car. He's saying it could be a long night. I reckon I've done both.
And he wasn't talking about the car.
That was just another moment. Honestly, there's a whole Netflix series. We should stop talking about MPK. We should be talking about HOFF. That's what we should be talking about.
I tell you
Diggles
what,
went for a bucket in the comments.
I think he did.
Who was that?
You.
I did not. I had what we call like a server meltdown. I've got this new little microtech thing here. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, funny though.
Someone's asked Tyler to put subtitles under Diggles.
I hear my subtitles under Diggles.
You could have the best subtitle program in the country. You will never subtitle Diggles. You will never be able to do it.
Nobody
It'd be
can talk
hard.
that fast.
It'd be hard to get it right. Anyway.
I have watched some of the Kenders back with the automated YouTube subtitles, and you
Oh,
get
yeah,
a
what did
pretty
it
good
look
laugh. You get a pretty good laugh.
It's actually pretty funny. Yeah, watch it. So, I do enjoy watching them back. We put them on in the print shop through the day and watch a few of the live streams back. It's always good.
Well, he was
And,
cleaning his teeth with like whippersnipper twine.
Yeah.
Just snip a cord.
Yeah, that's good.
He's got the floss out.
Flossing it.
Like when you got teeth like mine, you
Hey,
can't.
you can do that.
He's got the choppers.
What a weapon. Weapon.
Butt floss.
So no, look, I think it'll be pretty interesting to see what ends up happening. Bloody NPK stuff. So it's all good for drag racing in general, is to see a bit of hype around, promote the sport.
Oh, I think
okay.
if nothing else, it's going to get bums on the seats, which is what we want.
Yeah.
Did I see something about that?
There's some sort of weird computer
Your,
like
your internet's
Yeah.
cutting out.
Is that you or me? Yeah, I'm hearing that weird.
That's his internet.
Is that me?
Dong dong hong kong
Yeah,
king
you
kong
were
bang bang bang.
I'm on the Starlink. That's me because I'm on
Subtitle that.
Starlink.
Ding dong.
Subtitle
Bang
ding.
bang 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 ding ding bang 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 bang.
Diggles up on the 2-step.
Bump City,
No,
baby, Bump City.
Bump City.
what was I asking?
Hey,
I've forgotten. IHRA. Has IHRA, did they announce a new class today? For
Yeah,
next year?
695 class.
They have. Is it a 695 class? I think.
695
to the
index
quarter?
class.
695
Yeah.
index.
That should work.
Mm.
Heaps of cars
What's
that can
it
run
called?
that. X695, like not a tyre, but ET with an X.
Right. So it's a heads up, steel roof and quarters, 690 class.
They didn't say
Yep.
it's
I think it's just
steel roof and quarters.
620, isn't it?
It's literally just a 695 class from what I understand, Diggs. It's heads up 695 index.
Isn't it funny that, we have a top sportsman there and there's about probably 3 cars that can get in that, but I think they're really aiming for those bigger end, higher performance cars that they're trying to pull out of all the other scenes, that they don't have
Yeah,
in
they're
there
probably trying to
already.
merge.
Just another
It's
opportunity.
trying to merge super comp with street cars, I guess.
You know what? I've got an opinion about super comp, and you know what? Ever since everyone started to split the sport again, and one thing that the old Andrew used to do is they used to really hold on to the tradition of those established Group 2 categories, and knew enough to at least have their head around the rules and to actually care, because the general impression's been since the split is that the IHRA were really slow on the uptake in encouraging.
Oh, those
that,
guys are still
those
stuck
kind
back in the fucking 70s. Those guys are so
But
far
I-
behind.
But if you want to see an interesting comparison, guys, have a look if you can. Of course, there's a YouTuber from WA called hashtag Because Race Car. He will video all of the cars in WA, and during the Golden States where they ran a national round, it was a national round. There was national records up for grab, records, track championships. It's pretty much a time capsule of the way drag racing used to be, because it never got messed with over there. It never really changed. They were only forced to race one way. They didn't have independent promoters running events there. So basically, it's kind of been cryogenically frozen, that format. And you know what? It was quite interesting to watch, because in the Group 2 categories, there's 5 or 6 rotaries in there. There's a twin turbo Lexus V8 powered Soarer in there. There's a wide variety of cars that, in every other scene kind of skewed into Jambo or Radial or something. But over there, they were forced to run in that established category, that eliminated category in Group 2. They found a class. So, they're double R API or double R gas or double D.
My biggest gripe with this stuff is, so like my dad and my uncle had a Wild Bunch car. My dad had an Altered that had a big block Ford in it. I grew up around drag racing, grew up around Group 2, know all that, don't know everything, but I know enough of how it works, right? I'm there trying to explain to Jake how to run in Supercomp, and he's got no idea. He's got
I don't even know how to
idea.
answer the fucking thing.
And me trying to explain to him how cubic inch per weight works, cubic inch per pound.
Yep.
He's got no idea.
Yep.
No idea. And it's like, well, how? So for example, this next car that I'm building, not this one, but another one like it, is it's like I could run in Supercomp, but there's no incentive for me to do that. I'd rather go balls to the wall and go Kenda and go and try build this car to this class that this guy is kicking ass at. But like it doesn't, and it's like we could all these people who run in these classes could run. These people who run these street cars that do this other stuff, we could run in Supercomp classes, but none of them want to, because none of them know the rules. None of them understand how it works.
Anyone else getting that feedback?
I think it's Diggle's mic. His connection might be cutting out there, I think.
We're losing you again, Diggles.
He's going to sneak
Cut
up
him
for
off.
another he's going to duck out for a bump.
No.
He's faking that.
He's ducking out for a server error.
Yeah. Just quick trip to the toilet. He's going to come back a lot happier.
Here he goes.
I thought it was my bloody. I thought it was the.
God damn, Dave.
Hey, this isn't any fucking better, mate. Come on.
I was going to say.
My whole camera just cut out for a sec.
Everything cut out. I couldn't even hear you.
Oh, okay. It was bloody Starlink. I think, yeah. The old upload on the Starlink's not quite there. Download's great. All right. I think, what did we have? Did we have another couple of... We had a quiz going as well for tonight, Tyler, did we? Or
You might have put me on the spot with that. I never actually finished getting that done.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No, I was actually making the thumbnail for the video.
That's me.
Oh, there's a
Hello.
female on Scott's page. Hello.
The thing.
There's a female. What's going on
My
with
daughter.
that? Hello.
All right, I did. I prepared some special questions for everyone tonight. Not Christmas spirit. I just random one. Okay, so are hot dogs sandwiches? And you've got to defend your case on this.
No.
No. Okay, no. So hot dog's not a sandwich.
I would
It's
argue
bread
that
with
if
the
the-
sausage.
I would
It is
argue
dog
that if the bread stays together all the way around, it is not a sandwich. It's a burger.
Oh, okay. So it's not one piece of. It's because it's one piece of bread.
That's my argument.
It'd be a sausage
That's your
roll,
argument?
wouldn't it? If it went the whole way around, it'd be a sausage roll.
Sausage burger, right? No, it depends. Like, are we talking like, I don't want to make the hand gestures, but like if we're talking about a hot dog that's completely surrounded by a bun, like is I don't know.
Oh, speaking of hot
But
dogs surrounded by bun, he's back. What the
Max
fuck are you
Headroom.
doing?
Here's Max Headroom. We've got Max Headroom.
Beep Bump City.
He's back.
Hi.
The question of the night, Diggles, was are hot dog sandwiches? Defend your case.
What? Diggles is having IT issues.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you a new internet connection. You're on the 5G, mate?
Looks like it's a second
Diggles
of
comes from the
actually.
land of carburetors and Mercruiser engines. He doesn't know
he's still
about
on dial-up.
this internet thing.
We need to move you closer to the box, to the modem.
Mate, I've got a little Overtaking that's essentially over my modem, and it's not getting out.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
yes.
sure.
You need to stop your boys using the internet.
Yeah, too many teenage boys on Pornhub.
Oh,
That's what I did. Fixed.
good news. Give him 5 minutes and they'll be off it.
He's muted himself now. We'll just go back to acoustic Diggles.
All right. That's the hot dog. Okay, who's got a case for this? What about cereal? Is cereal a soup?
Oh, I mean, I took the last one. You guys can take the next one.
Is a pie just a handheld soup?
It could be.
I mean, the same thing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we literally have a chat dedicated.
Hang on.
to
Hey, yeah,
things
we've
like
got a group chat on this. Let's
Oh.
hang on. I got
Let's
someone.
put it.
So-
No.
You can eat cereal dry. You can't eat soup dry.
You can.
You could.
Ah.
It's just ingredients.
Yeah, I've never eaten dry noodles before.
All right. No, I've got the. All right, I got the next one. The next one. All right. This is relevant to these days. If you could start a new conspiracy theory, what would it be?
That Diggles is a robot.
It's not real.
Oh,
Then what would your conspiracy theory of 2023 be?
it's got to be the Earth is square. Let's just choose a new shape for it.
Triangular, even.
Yeah. Well, that's what the pyramids are made after, mate. Like they were fucking big triangles.
Shape of the Earth with the pyramids.
And that's why no one's ever actually fallen off the Earth. It's because it's got an edge and you just fall over the other side.
You're onto something. Holy shit.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
a
best.
genius.
That's the best I got, eh? Like,
Diggles is. Someone said Diggles is stuck on Skynet.
Diggles is on meat spin. He's just trying to figure it out.
oh, there's a website I've not heard of for a while.
I knew it.
He's ordered too many pens on Pen Island. Is what he's done.
It's a bloody iPhone, Diggles. You need to get yourself a Samsung.
Yeah.
What have we done to him?
I'm not sure. He might have. Maybe he spilled his drink on his microphone because it's just cut out.
Possible.
No
It's
good.
definitely possible.
I just get. It's pretty. I don't know. Is all that feedback? Is everyone else getting that?
Just crackly.
I'm
Yeah.
getting the
Yeah, it
static.
sounds like
Yeah,
he's a crab too.
You've broken it, Diggles. You've broken it. Too much grape flavour in the thing. Trevor
cool, mate.
says
We have
Diggles'
no
phone
idea
is
what
like a
you're
packet of chips. The Sunbird, he's got the Gregory's.
That's what it is. He's a Gregory's iPhone user manual. That's what he's
The
fucking
UC,
needs right now.
I had one of those.
Oh, man.
I love it.
So
All right.
good.
What?
What's
Who's
next
got the questions? I'll ask the chat for some questions. Have they got some questions about how many, what car they would like to see on Jake and Friends next year? Is it
This one, I'd like this one to run for a bit of time this year.
Yeah,
It
a
didn't run
quick
very
one would
much
be good.
last year. I'd like to see it through it.
You don't want to get another Getz?
Oh, that thing! We sold that thing with like 3 hours rego left on it. And then Mustafa, who's been buying all the shit boxes when we're done with them, come and picked it up. And I spent the afternoon ripping that nitrous kit back out of it. In fact, it's right here. This is the nitrous kit that was in that Getz.
Which, I mean, give Mustafa full credit. I mean, he took that shitbox Mirage that we had, and I have been sent some photos between when he took it to now. And
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's a secret, but
holy-
yeah, he's done
holy
some work
crap.
to it.
He is doing some work to those cars, and he is going to come out
Really?
and beat a lot of people.
Oh yeah. That Gets came up a treat. Oh, not the Gets, the Mirage. Sorry,
The Mirage. The photos I've seen of the Mirage, it will surprise a few people. More work than I was ever any of us are willing to put into it. That's for sure.
Fuck, Diggles is still going. Sorry, I just.
Eagles is still trying. He's still giving it a crack, eh? I don't know. I don't know if he.
You should have seen Diggles earlier on the drift carts. He looked like fucking Wario from Super Mario Brothers.
It was majestic.
Oh, it was just the best. That
The
mullet,
mullet
mud flap
waving in the wind,
flapping in the
was
breeze.
just
Yeah.
just majestic. Molestic. It was molestic, but it was also majestic.
The way he cleaned up that bin, like just out of nowhere, just fucking cleaned up a wheelie bin on the way through.
Got Mark. Mark says, when is a cheap shitbox challenge going to happen again?
Ooh.
Hey, I'm down.
Okay. So the only thing against doing a cheap shitbox soon is
Everyone
we have a
needs
few
to
events.
commit.
We have a few
yeah,
events coming up very fairly soon that we not need to make, but we want to make. And like, I
We
don't know
want
if
to
anyone
start next
noticed on
season down at Pender in February. We want to take actual race cars to the next few race meets, but
I don't know if anyone's noticed the whole Jake and Friends videos and what's going on there, but like it seems to be a real Lexus or Crusader situation. Whereas we kind of want to eventually get to the point where we got both cars on the track together.
oh yeah, they were out of sync. One would break and the other one would work, and that'd break and the other one would fucking work. And it went on for the last year or two. It's been doing that. Ever since Nick binned it, that was the end of it. That threw us out of sync.
Ever since I became more crashy than Scott.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm definitely down to do it. We're definitely down to do a shitbox challenge. Like, fuck, we're happy to do it. I mean, couldn't care less about doing a shitbox challenge. I'm keen to. Once COVID prices go down, that was the other sort of thing. Was we did the Honda challenge when we could buy $500 Hondas and it was fine.
And the 13 to 1300. Well, that was a lifetime ago.
Yeah. That was,
when we did the Honda World Series, that was when Hondas were we bought that red Civic for $1,000, I think it was, with 3 months rego or something on it, and I'm pretty sure the Integra was not much more than that, and so it made sense for us to race these shit boxes. Whereas now, like an EK Civic that looks the same is worth $3 or $4 grand, and it's not. Yeah, and we're not made of money. We can't just go and throw $4 grand at something and just turn it into a shit box. Like,
I'd like to see that original. We bought those Hondas for a specific race meet that Golby was trying to organise, and I'd like to see that be a thing. And I'd like to that'll make for a good shitbox.
Because that was a front wheel drive.
Wrong wheel drive challenge.
Yeah. Wrong wheel drive. That's right.
That's how we all ended up with Hondas, because we decided that circuit was going to be the most important thing to focus on. That's why we ended up on the Honda path.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a long time ago.
But that had a budget. It had to be front wheel drive, and it was a full weekend of racing. I think it was 3 tracks or something, wasn't it? Like Lakeside, QR, and Willowbank.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was the dirt thing, and then it was a Jim.
No, it was Jim Carner, and then night sprints, and then a test and tune.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, we managed to jag them all in the one weekend, because I entered the Jim Carner, and it got COVIDed out, and that was the end of the entire event, and we never went any further with it.
Yeah, because we bought the Civic and the Integra, I'm pretty sure, at like the perfect time. And because I remember Hoff bought I'm not sure if he's shown everybody yet, but he bought the crashed car from down
bloody
south.
Satria.
Proton thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Satria.
Yeah,
that was going to dominate.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good fucking car. Lotus suspension.
Yeah.
Did that going to be Andy's daily or something at one point there? Didn't Andy take that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was full of bugs and all sorts of shit.
Yeah, right.
What is it?
It had a bit of a smell, didn't it?
Yeah, it was very strong.
I remember you guys telling me the story about
I'm pretty
yeah, I was thinking the same story.
Diggles's message to say that his phone's gone to shit, but I think we worked that out.
There was a story behind that ute, wasn't there, Scott?
Yeah, I paid for an abortion when I bought it. I'm a child killer. Sorry.
How could you? How could you?
Oh, fucking hell.
I think it was late. It was late.
The only thing
He was
good about
late
that is
at
knowing
term
you've
as well.
got 15 kids.
No. We don't need to go into the story any further.
It was bad. It was pretty bad.
The only thing that gives Scott like a halo over his head is he's got like 15 kids. I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't terminate one of my own kids.
I might. I mean, they've been pretty loud inside at the moment. I might even do it after this.
Yeah, but that's
podcast.
they'll be glad to hear that, Scott.
Yeah.
All right.
to cover
To
it,
answer the
we are
question,
absolutely
yes,
keen
we
to do a
will.
shitbox challenge.
We will
Absolutely,
100%.
We are so down. It's just
Yeah,
a matter
yeah,
of making
absolutely.
it work with what we want to not only put in, but also what we want to about how our schedule is going. Because obviously,
But no one
we've
tell
got-
Aaron because he gets carried away.
Aaron does.
And
get
someone
carried
said
away.
return of Barry the Barra. Barry's long
Barry's
gone, isn't
dead.
he?
No,
Yeah.
the
Barry's
heart
gone.
of Barry lives on in a wagon up in Tanamera.
It does.
Yeah.
It'll never actually run, but yeah, it's up there.
No,
I think that's actually one of our all-time highest viewed videos, Tyler. Would that be correct in saying that?
I can check.
Is that the 13th to
I'm pretty
1300
sure it
challenge?
is though.
Yeah.
okay.
It's actually
was
just
a
been
good night.
overtaken. It's just
Been overtaken. Oh, what's beat it?
HQ
By-
Holden
by-
Kingswood.
But
A mint HQ Holden small block Kingswood's overtaken 13th for
I thought
1300.
you were about to say a highlight reel of nothing but Hoff on the back wheels. I was going to say that's going to be number one.
It ran 12.7. Come on.
Yes, he broke out. So
It's
he lost.
pretty good.
It was a bracket race.
Jake still.
You didn't
salty
win that,
about
Hoff. You didn't win it.
You know, it had $280 worth of fuel in the tank. It had the unleaded version of C16. Nobody said.
The Bunnings sprayer for the meth injection.
Well, fuel was free apparently, so it didn't matter what fuel. You used.
Didn't have to include that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Wow, we're learning about how you cheated this, Scott. We're learning this out.
I didn't cheat. That was your rules.
Gee,
Yeah,
the
hey, it
rules,
wasn't
yeah.
my rules. It was Jake's rules.
Fucking $2 a litre. We can't afford to put E85 into the budget. Like,
Fuel was
that's-
free. It's more like $9 a litre.
Yeah.
It was free.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
31.
We
That's all that matters.
haven't got any other questions in the chat yet. I'll come up with another one of my beautiful Googled questions here.
I have one that Aaron sent to our group chat before. It was like, are Lego men living in their own flesh? Is a Lego house built out of Lego men flesh?
Oh yeah, because it's all the same thing.
The same as a
don't
gingerbread
know.
man living in a gingerbread house, wouldn't it?
It's
Is he made of
very
house or is the
creepy.
house made of him?
It's creepy.
That's a bit weird. I don't know how to answer that one.
Yeah, creepy.
All right, I'll answer it with another question. So, if you got arrested, what crime would your family assume you've done, Jake? You're up.
I'm actually a good boy.
So, if you got arrested, what do you think they would think you've what?
I'll
Just
probably
for,
murder.
Oh, that's you're really good.
I'm generally a pretty calm person, so I just assume I would have snapped one day, and that's probably what I would have done to get arrested.
I know his family, and I know for a start that his wife would open the garage door, look what car's in there, and if the Crusader is in there, they would assume murder. If the Crusader isn't in there, they would know it's Crusader-related crime.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you don't really get arrested for car crimes, and I don't drive this thing very often on the street, so.
Yeah, I would think Sally would probably think I've been a dickhead and done something stupid in the car. For me, yeah. What do you reckon, Nick? What would your family think?
Oh, same thing. Shut up.
I know the answer to that.
The first thing would be they'd look in the garage and see what. Well, actually, they'd be like, "Are you with Jake?" And then the next would be after that.
Are you with Jake? I just heard he killed someone.
No, chances are it'd probably be a car-related crime. It'd be speeding or something dumb, for sure. Or mouthing off to a police officer. That would probably be the other thing.
get a bit lippy, mate.
No, not really. If I had a few too many terps, maybe, but not really. But if my whole logic with it, my whole stance on the whole subject is, if I'm doing something illegal on the street and someone pings me for it, I'm fine with it. If I'm not doing anything illegal on the street and I'm driving an illegal car and they ping me for it, screw you. Why would you pull me over? I'm not doing the wrong thing. So that's
Tyler,
my stance.
Tyler, what do you think we would think you've done?
Oh, well, it'd be something car related. I may have already been done for something car related this year. I didn't get arrested, but
No,
you're not driving around at all.
If it was
my assumption would be he's hacked. My assumption would be he's hacked Optus or something.
He's got all our PIN numbers and passwords and stuff now. He was the one bloody responsible for it, weren't you, Tyler?
That was meant to be a close kept secret we had, Jake.
Tyler's manually screwing Diggles' phone up from his computer.
So I've heard enough.
Diggles has had a bit too much. Let's cut him off.
All right, Scott. What would your family think, mate? If you'd been arrested, what do you think your family would assume you've done?
No, there'd be exhaust tube involved, and then there'd be a problem customer. Probably.
No, fuck off. Hoff would have accidentally lopped that fucking big lump of lead weight off the front of his Corolla and killed someone in the crowd. That's what he'd get arrested for.
Flown off.
That 50 cal
mid-wheel stand.
The front of his car would have murdered someone with it.
As it's come down from the wheel stand, it's come down hard. It's bounced off the track and gone up into the grandstand and taken, like what was that movie? Yeah, that movie where they all, the bloody they escape death and then it chases them.
Final Destination.
Yeah, it's like this Final Destination. The lead weight's taken someone out in the grandstand.
No, that shit's mounted securely. Thank you very much.
Use that word liberally.
It'd be an impatient customer and death by me. Yeah.
Death by asking for another tune.
Shut up, you big soft teddy bear. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'll get it done faster for you."
Oh, I would hug them while they were dying. It's all right.
Okay. Sorry, I killed you.
Dave's asked for another HB Tuners tune.
In case anyone on the live stream is wondering, Scott loves a hug. Loves a hug.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Loves a good hug.
Comment here from.
Yeah.
Tyler, you got a question?
Comment from Mixmaster Mark says, thanks for all your mint videos this year. Other than digging holes with screamer pipes, what's been the most fun you've had in 2022?
Was that me?
I think
we can all answer it. We can all answer it, but obviously directed to you first, Scott, because you were the one that digging hole with the screaming pipe. But what's your most fun memory from 2022?
Probably around the first 7 in the K10.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big moment. Pretty big moment, yeah. Who's up next? Big moment for 2022. Jake's obviously racing a Getz.
Oh no, yeah, okay. That was honestly one of probably the most fun I've had at a race meet for a long time. Yeah, but no, I ran a pretty decent PB in this thing last year. Put a lot of money into it, a lot of time into it, and yeah, it's too bad it broke. But yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, the running that Getz at Road Trip. Road Trip was the event that we were looking forward to all year. So that was probably the highlight of the year for us, or for me. Other than this when it worked.
Tyler, your highlight of the year?
Hosting our event at the end of the year. It's only recent.
Yep. I thought you would have went with something like, becoming, finding out you were going to become a father for the first time. But no, the event's pretty cool.
Related stuff.
Oh, sorry.
That'll
right,
be the
she doesn't watch
next
this.
Year.
Sally's got her back. She won't tell her.
Hosting our event's been something we've wanted to do for a long time. So
Yeah,
We've talked about that
that's true.
for a really long time. So it was like a big goal to be able to host an event, and we finally got to do it.
It was a good event. Like I saw all the videos and stuff of it, and then when I was there, it was awesome. It was
The after event was pretty good too. So
yeah, I saw a few videos of that.
we had a fun night.
I'm sure, I was gonna say I'm sure there's a less PG version of it getting around somewhere, but yeah, the bits I saw were pretty cool.
I think there was there was a few of us and Trappy and
Oh shit, Tyler, she's watching.
A few people having a few big drinks. You're in trouble. No. Nick, what about yourself, mate? Big thing for the year.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've got a bit of a tie. Like I think running the 8 in the redeeming myself in the Lexus. It was so the 8 running the 880 was good, but obviously same time last year, the reason I got that name wherever that is, obviously the Lexus was totaled and it was written off because I'd crashed it. And I mean, Jake and I went through the stuff that we've done this year so far, and going through the stuff that we had done this year was pretty cool. I mean, like, the Lexus got repaired in March, and I mean between March and November, I think was Kendar. Yeah. I mean, we managed to not only did I manage to like redeem myself, as in, no, there's no lie. I felt pretty unconfident with myself about how crap it was after I crashed the car and you know all that sort of stuff. I just felt like I was like, man, am I even good for this? Am I cut out for this? Am I even going to bother? Is there even point of trying again? That kind of thing. And to go from that to like that first meeting back where the thing just it spun the tires all the time, and then we eventually got the hook, but it ended up running a 9.4 that night and pulling the parachute and going through the process that I wanted to go through in the first place. That was the biggest sigh of relief I think I've ever had in my life. Just going, oh, I can do this. I'm good. And then obviously running the 8 was amazing. And then even better than that was going to Sydney with all my mates and having great fun down there, and then coming back and then eventually winning the Kenda Championship was just, which we obviously pushed for it. We ended up breaking oil pump gear one night before the event at the track, so we had to tow the car home and rebuild the engine.
We had to borrow a trailer. We drove the car there.
We borrowed. There was a whole massive storyline behind how we went from, you know, being first in the championship to winning the championship that year, and it wasn't just because I was the best. I didn't even win an event. I came runner up at one event, and that was it. There were other two events I didn't do anything.
Nick, turn your camera around. Show me trophies, mate.
Oh, I mean, there's one right here that fell off the wall.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
But I mean, like, you know, but like it was.
He's got a whole fucking wall of him right behind him on that side.
Got a big belt up there somewhere.
Yeah, the big belt's in the back. But there's on my. Hang on, there's one underneath that one too. But just the. I don't know. I've helped a lot of friends over the years build their cars and go fast and do their thing, and it was really, really cool to do it myself and have the same friends, if not other friends, pitch in the same amount that I would have for my other friends to help me. And it was such a cool feeling, just having people go, "You've got this. I'm going to help you get to the track." Like, it was just such a cool, surreal feeling that I don't think I can't thank anybody enough for helping me get there. But that was cool. That was probably and it was kind of a bit of a not a tarnished night, but at the last Kenda round, it got rained out, and we didn't finish till 2 a.m, and everyone was tired. All of our mates everyone been up till midnight the night before, rebuilding my engine to get it ready to go to the track the next day. Everyone was stuffed, and yeah, I can't thank everyone enough who helped me get to the track, and just that was, for me, that was the coolest thing. Not so much winning the championship. I mean, that was cool, but just the fact that everyone supported me and helped me and get me there. That was the coolest thing. It was just, whether it was money or whether it was time or whether it was parts, or I don't care what it was. It's just the fact that everyone supported me to get there. That was by far and away the greatest thing that I could have. And that was the best feeling that I've ever had in racing ever. So let alone this year. But I can't wait for 2023. It's going to be mega. We've got some good things planned. It's going to be a massive year. Yeah, that would be my top, my it was a long way to answer it, but that would be my biggest point of the year was winning Kenda and just accomplishing things, and just like I said, after the year I had before that, just to go that year was just icing on the cake.
It was pretty big. It was pretty big, and it was a pretty good video. You know, getting up to the line and doing the where it had, and then the weather and everything fell together like it all. It was a big. A lot all went into it.
It's one of those funny things where, like, if you sit there and you actually worked out how much shit we went through to get to that point, would be like the first round we won all 3 rounds, and then the 4th round. I mean, we shit on all.
Talking shit about you, Nick.
He is, because he's a fucking
I
loser.
was reading the comments. Yeah, look at
I can't even read the. I can't.
Is it on your screen?
Streetcar. I'm the third fastest, mate. Scott is fucking, what's his name? Robbie Butler's second.
Robbie Butler's second.
but I tell you what, Scott, I'm the fastest on E85, mate. I'm the fastest on street fuel. Come on, what are you gonna do about that?
We've got a whole nother shirt there. You've sold the car. You've got a whole other shirt design there, yeah?
Scott. We're going to come at you, but it's all right, okay.
You've got a shirt design there. We've not even printed it, actually.
Next year, mate, I'm coming with something, all right? I'm coming with something. And you know what I'm coming with. You know what I'm coming with, and I know you're a little bit scared. That's why you're talking shit in the comment section, mate.
That's my face, mate. What else?
Look, for me, it's probably pretty hard, isn't it? There's a lot happened in a year, and when you start to think back, you realise how much has happened. We've done a lot with, travelling up north, and we did, head up to the Mackay road trip, and we had a great time.
You guys did Mackay and all kinds of stuff.
And then we did the Mackay road trip. That was great. Mick's working with Mick in Addictive Events has been really good. Obviously we did it. The event that Tyler talked about wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Mick. So all of that. We got to go up to the Top Fuel. He said he was going to get a drink. Yeah, the Top Fuel, not Top Fuel. The Nitro Funny Cars that we went up and did at Mackay was great. Being involved as part of that. The stuff that happens behind the scenes when we're trying to set up a live stream, and we get to Mackay the night before we do the funny cars, and there's like no internet, and we panic for like 6 hours and trying to work out all different plans on how to run stuff and what we're going to do, and me losing my shit.
You did a good job of it. That came up really good.
Well, then we find out the next day they just had to turn something on, and then we had internet. But for 6 hours there was me just fucking doing my head in. Trev asking me about Starlink and how that works, and me yelling at Trev for asking too many questions. Brad and Tyler know, and Trev know what that was like. But we had a lot of fun. There was a lot of adventures in all of that. Then the Barrador, thanks to Hoff getting that going as well, and then getting out there and having what I would say starting to go fast for me. So I pretty much shit myself in that first run of that thing, and then now I love it. But it's not even turned up yet though either. So yeah, you do get used to it fairly quickly. But then I think, shit, what happens when I turn it up? And obviously it's not even holding now. Like it can't hold the track now. So there's suspension. There's all the other bits and pieces that I've got to do across the next year. But we'll get the shed built. We'll get that happening, and we'll have a big area to actually work on that car and do something with it. And I think
the worst part is when you have a part failure and it makes way more boost than it's supposed to, and it feels really fast for that 2 seconds. That's the worst thing, because you feel it go really fast, and they go, oh yeah, that's because this broke, and you're like, but what would it be like on that boost all the time?
But it didn't break, so why can't we just make that the new thing?
Yeah.
Why do we need to turn it back down?
Yep, that's when it gets expensive fast.
Yeah, so I might be still a lot slower than you guys, running me sixes on the 8th, but it was pretty fast for me. That first trans brake pass, I think I pretty much shit myself.
Speed is such a matter of perspective.
You go the 5, and it's just so the jump to go from a from a 637 to something reasonable is just an exorbitant amount of money. Like the car can do it, but the cage, you need to cage, you need to tech it, you need all the extra bullshit.
I know. Like
And it's so
that's I'm looking at
depressing
the
running
bill.
a 637 in a car that should go a 5.9 is, or a 5 in general, is such a slow, pathetic thing to do. And it's like, it sucks, eh? So you just got to go out there and just do a Hail Mary pass.
But in saying that, because once you go 590 in a car that's now tech, you go, well, I can go 580, I can go 570, I can go 560, and then you not only do you spend a lot of money getting there, but it's all a matter of perspective. It's all so like Road Trip, for example. Like Jake and I had this chat today. So Road Trip was a great example of my car. We set it up to go run Radio Ruckus at Kenda. That was our thing. So the class was a 580 class. So at Road Trip, I left the tune untouched, and the thing went 581 on one day, 582 on the next day, and like a 578 on the third day, whatever it was. Whereas Jake was having more fun than me racing a Gets with nitrous in it, running 10 O's and 10 1s than I was going 580s, and it's only because I would go to the start line, let go of the translate button, and it would do the same thing every time, and it was just the way it was. Whereas Jake's out there having a crack, shifting gears.
Oh yeah, I'll put my foot down. I don't even know if it's even going to fucking take off forwards.
So like the whole, I would argue that the time, the speed and the time you do is not as important as the fun you're having doing it. That would be my argument with that. Is if you've never gone a 630 before, a 630 is fast. Like, there's no doubt about that. A 630 is fast. If you've never gone a 620 before, 620 is fast. If you've never gone a, like, I'm sure we could sit here with a top fuel driver and say, oh, you run 4s down the quarter mile. And he'd probably go, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, like, a 4-second car is off its head. Like, it is insanely fast. But to him, he does it all the time. So to him, it's boring. Well, not boring, but to him, it's like, it's just a thing. Normal. Whereas for a guy running 10s down the quarter, that's fast, and that's fine. There's nothing sad about that. There's nothing bad about that. A 10-second car is a tough car.
But it's always more fun to drive a slow car fast than it is to drive a fast car slow.
Absolutely, and a lot of people get caught up.
You had fun in the Civic. You had fun in the Civic.
The Civic was awesome.
So we had the exact opposite problem the year before, because I had this and Nick had the Civic, and he'd had a shitbox of nitrous and I had a race car. My car had just done 3 events back to back, and it was the same deal. It was like, drop the button, this is boring. Even Nick drove it on the last day. You know, like, and
you got a slower car that you enjoy? Did you enjoy racing Barry, or you know, was there one there that you reckon
pay attention,
racing something a bit did you have something there that was a bit slower, that racing that was maybe more fun and putting all the effort in to go super fast?
Yeah, Barry was fun and Kevin was fun as well.
Yep.
Kevin
was a 10-second car still, wasn't it?
It shouldn't have done what it did, and it did. So
yeah, a lot of people seem to get caught up in this whole, you need to make 1,000 horsepower, you need to run a 9 and all this sort of stuff. When, I mean, realistically, you don't. You need to just have fun. It doesn't matter whether you go out to the track and you run 18-second quarter miles or you run 9-second quarter miles. It doesn't matter. You go out there and you have fun. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, that's what got us into it as well, was Tyler racing a Mirage. So,
we did that diesel. We did that diesel challenge.
That was fun night.
And that was so much fun.
Was that this year?
That was this year. Yeah.
And everyone's racing diesel daily driving crap. I think the fastest pass was a 16 or something like that. That was Aussie with his Mrs. Santa Fe or Elantra or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
And
I broke out in the Prado. I broke out of my time because I moved the floor mat. And
that's right.
I forgot about that, yeah.
I had the caddy and it was still full of tools. It had an entire toolbox behind the rear axle. And like, as soon as the clutch pedal, the front wheels come off the ground and there's no traction control. It just kicks in and stops you from moving. But like, it doesn't matter. It was fun. Like, it doesn't... Yeah.
And what was the prize money that night? Was it $1,000 or $1,200?
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was
pretty huge, yeah.
Because everyone put in was it $100 each?
It was $100 because it was normal. Yeah, it was free entry that night, so it was $100. Track all in, and it was just a quick dial your own thing in it. Yeah.
So it was basically run your whoever's got a diesel car in your family's car, and if you were consistent enough, you won $1,000. I mean, what's more fun than that? I mean,
yeah, it was pretty good.
Like, and we'll probably do another one of those this year. I think at some point. I think that was
There's a
think 'cause
couple
that
of
was
diesel assaults. I've got the hang on, I've got the Willowbank calendar here.
I
I'd
think
like to
that
see
was a
some more
really
people
fun.
get involved.
Absolutely, because if we make it 20 people, well, there's $2,000 pot. Like it was just,
Yeah.
it's the
And
fact
it's
that
just
it's
to
very
do
little
fucking-
outlay. It's very little outlay and very big like reward if you become number
Diesel
one.
Assault isn't like your typical shitty testing tune where like crap track and it takes forever to go through. It's like none of these cars break. Like you can just hot lap the thing, even though the lineup was out the bloody gate. You could still hot lap.
It was
and you could
that
be-
was one of the busiest nights I've ever been to.
Yeah, but it was the quickest turnaround like of cars on the track.
Yeah. So 3rd of February is the Diesel Assault, and then there's another one on
Ooh.
28th of April.
April might
Another
be a go.
decent
I don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not planning
Think
on doing
April.
anything before tender.
Yeah,
And then another one later in the year in December.
that
Oh, and
February
another one in
stretch is-
July. There's 4 of them. That's how
Good.
popular they are.
Yeah,
That's
how
it's the
popular they
biggest
are.
event I've ever
There's-
seen.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't understand what it is, the Diesel Assault Night, you can bring any diesel powered car and it's free to
For
run
free.
your car. You got
I had an Amarok.
Your spectators have to pay to get in. So if you've got a girlfriend with you or whatever, they've got to pay $20 to get in the gate. But to race your car, it's free. If you go in by yourself, it's absolutely no charge. You print out a flyer, you drive straight through, get your form, and race your car on the track. What you got to have is a helmet and long sleeves. And
Yep.
if you guys are interested in doing it, contact one of us guys. Whenever we organise the event.
Well,
you
we
guys
don't
wanna
have.
come
We
run
don't, they're not a
this-
secret when we do them. We don't. We advertise it. We
It's
post
out there.
about it bloody
Absolutely.
everywhere.
I mean,
it wasn't a
anyone
private
is welcome.
small thing.
Don't think that it's only 10 of us or whatever. Anyone is welcome to come and have a crack at it and have a play. It's and
Shit, if we get 20 or 30, maybe we'll have first, second, and third prize money.
If we get 20 or 30, it'd be the biggest prize money ever offered by Willowbank, and they won't even offer it.
I mean,
I think it's one of the highest paid bracket races in history when we did that.
I mean, the trick is that and
Racing my
so what we do is-
Amarok for $3,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If we do the same thing we did last year, it'd be you do one pass to confirm what you ran, and then you come back and you tell us whatever time you want to dial in at. You cross your time slip out, and you go run again, and you come back, and we add your reaction time and what you ran together.
A lot of
And as
people
long
struggle
as
with that. But yeah.
whoever's closest to your dial-in number, you win. Simple as that. Like, and obviously you can't go red, and obviously you can't go under your
Can't
dial-in.
can't
So
break out.
if you dial in at a 17-second quarter mile pass and you run a 16.99, even if you've got a 0.1 reaction time, it doesn't matter. 16.99, you're out. Whereas if you go 0.5 on the tree and you go 17.50, then you'll be at 18.0. That's basically.
Have you got a diesel, Hoff? Is your cruiser petrol or diesel?
That's one JZ from memory, isn't it?
It's
Or
I
two
love
JZ.
2JZ, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
It's a V8 cruiser, isn't it?
Hoff's more interested in the comment section. We've lost him.
Yeah, he's probably talking shit about 3 hours Eds on things.
Fucking would be, eh? He is
Tell me
not
that I'm
talking
a
shit
fucking
about
idiot.
JZs though.
No, he'd be telling me that I'm an idiot or something.
He's turned the audio off.
Yeah, what's he doing?
So fucking these guys are ruining my show. They fucking keep
Come on,
talking.
mate.
I'm
Let
still
me have a
here.
look through this.
Fucking
Let me have a look
on
through
my
this Nugget
shit.
Garage.
Have you got a diesel? Is your cruiser a diesel?
You know what I did with my diesel? I left it stock
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's stock. That's fine.
Why?
because that's what it
Mine's
needs
stock.
to be. Stock.
Yeah, but we'll run it at diesel assault, right?
It's Diesel Assault. We're doing like a dial your own challenge at Diesel
Diesels
Assault.
aren't drag cars; they're tow cars.
I mean,
All
that
these
was-
cars
yeah,
are
that's
drag
right.
cars.
That was the point.
That's the whole point of it.
Anything we just said, that's fine, Scott. Whatever, man. We're just you know.
Can you not?
I ran my
accelerate
stock Prado. He ran his
Fuck
stock
off.
Amarok. And he ran his
We don't
caddy
need
with
no
a
diesels
toolbox.
on the drag strip.
did.
Fuck them off. The tow cars.
They're there 4 times next year. They're there more. They're actually at the track. They've got more events coming up than anything
That's
else
because
at the track next year.
Willowbank are a bunch of retards and they don't know how to fucking run. Anyway,
But the problem is it's so bloody busy.
We're all aware of those issues.
Problem is
Yeah.
it's so bloody busy, those things, the diesel assaults. But well, they're not running diesel assaults at Warwick, so that's okay.
I did a thing. I apologize.
you can run diesel assault on the highway down the road. Doesn't need a fucking track.
That's true. We're going to take our draggies, but
Yeah, let's get some
What
dragging
is in
happening.
your ass? Why are you so salty all of a sudden? What the?
he doesn't like diesels.
I'm realistic. Yeah,
He's got
look
a
at it.
sooty bum. He's got a sooty bum. That's what he's got. But haven't you heard, Scott, that soot gets the something else?
It does.
Nah,
but
Scott's run out of bourbon. He started on the rums. That's
no,
what it is. He's
I've
getting
got,
low.
I've got one tin left.
Oh, okay. So he's running low. That's the issue.
He's about to get on the rums. and he's about to
You
start
know,
getting aggravated.
there's an entire bottle that Mick's got for you that was some pretty
Oh,
nice
it's no
looking
fucking-
small batch.
No good to me tonight, is it?
No, you'll have to drive all the way to Mick's place to go get that one.
Drive.
he's
That's
on
it.
the way.
Oh, fuck it. I'm done. I'm
He's straight
fucking.
down
Oh,
to
man.
Beaver.
If Scott's nearly out of bourbon, he has no chance of him driving anywhere.
Do
Oh,
a
we're all
two-step,
done.
Scott.
Go on.
I reckon he'll do a
Mate.
two-step. Scott, take that to your garage and go get on Limmy. Come on,
Get it
mate.
on, get it on.
Get in the diesel and do it. You wouldn't. Oh, what is that?
Phil
Scott?
Phil
What
says,
is
I like how
that?
everyone talked up diesel salt and then went to Scott.
Man, so salty about it. Oh, Andrew Phillips, Scott.
How you gonna sugarcoat that fucking sorty shit?
You know,
Oh,
it's funny,
classic
'cause
soap.
we can talk shit about diesels, but I mean, Andy Phillips has a fucking rotary, so it's not much better. Let's be honest.
I reckon I'll do a diesel before I do an electric.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
come on, mate.
I don't know,
Tesla-powered Corolla. You're next. Actually, you know what? You're next for a Tesla-powered Corolla. You've got a 3RZ, a 2JZ,
I won't do it.
a 1JZ.
A Hayabusa.
Hang on, yeah, you've got a 2JZ. You have a 1J. No, stuff's a 2J, isn't it? So you got two 2Js. You've got a 3RZ. You've got a Hayabusa. You've done a V12 Cressida. The only thing that's left is an EV.
I ain't gonna do it.
Left? You've done a
Game
rotary.
over.
What else you got?
I might as well take a dick up the ass. I'm doing it.
I mean, I have heard that about you.
Wait. Are we? Is Hoffman getting an EV? Are you getting a Tesla, Hoff?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying that
yeah,
if
yeah.
you work out the engine swaps
Happening.
that Hoff's done, the only thing left
Yeah.
is an EV. They're really, let's
Progressive.
be honest. He's done
Yeah.
rotaries. He's
Just
done JZs.
Like a
he's
garage
done-
content. That's just what it's going to happen.
It's not left. It's not happening.
And I could see the whole shop changing next year. You'll see, Cleveland Dyno change into Cleveland Electrics.
Cleveland Auto Electrics.
Cleveland DC tuning.
Cleveland batteries, just right there.
Yeah, not happening.
But what else? Okay,
It's all
so
ones
if you
and
had-
zeros, mate. You can tune that.
As a new question, then, if you had to put any engine in a Corolla, what would you put in there? Besides something you've already done, what's something new that you would put in a Corolla?
A K24.
No, what K24? Okay, that's probably new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
all the rave now, isn't it? The K engines.
Mm.
I'm just trying to think of all the things because you've done a lot of engine swaps. I'm just trying to think of what you haven't done. The K24 is probably one of them.
I wouldn't want to do a K series tire motor turbocharged, just to see what it would do.
What, like a
Yeah,
K?
just a bit of
like a
head gasket
4K?
out, don't they?
But K26 has a 7K in it. It'll do it. Turbocharged.
A lot of
I won't go electric. No, it's fucked. I priced that up. It's stupid.
Michael Shannon's on it. He said Cummins in the Corolla.
Fuck that.
Obviously, your love of
Go
diesel.
about the whole diesel thing, yeah.
His love of diesel.
The only reason I do a diesel is if I converted a diesel to, hydrocarbon, like a petrol fuel.
Yeah, get an RD28, mate.
Yeah, or get a, Prado engine or something, and put extra valve in there and
Pull
Put
the
it on
glow
petrol.
plugs out and put spark plugs in it.
I don't know how Tyler highlights the comments, but there's a good one there called E-Nugget Garage.
I love this is a thing now. I love it. It's a thing.
I hate doing that fucking E-Nugget shit.
Unplugged Garage. There's another one. Was there a guy that just pulled the electric motor out of a Tesla and put something else in it? put a petrol motor,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Rich rebuilds did the LS Turbo.
Yeah, LS to bloody Tesla. There you go. That's
A
probably.
mate of mine runs a whole fleet of trucks in Queensland, and they were trying to get an electric truck through, and the Queensland
Really?
government fucking denied it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Can't have any of
Because
that
the weight
dangerous
over the front,
electricity on the streets.
no, the weight over the front axle is too much.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah,
they
right,
spent
Cash.
they spent a whole heap of money on an EV truck, and now they can't run it. They can't register it.
Fuck.
Yeah, wow.
I think the battery.
All the names are coming out now. There's another one. I Nugget.
Oh, let's keep it up, guys. Let's keep going.
Yeah, go for it.
The comments are loving it.
I don't care.
Have you guys actually driven a Tesla on a slightly different?
Nah, never
They're
been
cool.
in one.
Scott?
No idea.
Scott, you driven one?
Yeah, I've been in a Tesla. It was gay.
They're
Yeah,
fucking
they're like
weird.
owning an iPad.
It was
They're-
very fast on the street. It was
Oh
very
yeah, no,
fast.
don't get me wrong, they are fast. But like the
Yeah.
weirdest thing that I found about them is that if you
But you don't want to tell the guys that they're quick, because it was 240 grand, and it does 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds. But after that,
there was
any car I own will beat it from there on.
there was a Tesla at roll racing, and it wasn't winning a lot of races, which was surprising the other day. But I will say, I've driven one, a dual motor, whatever it was, Tesla 3 or whatever they are, and like it's the instant torque is uncanny. It is weird how you put your foot down and the thing just moves. And what's weird is when you're so used to a petrol car, you used to put your foot down, you hear a noise, and then you feel an acceleration. Just the fact that you don't hear it before you feel it is a really weird.
Yeah, my cousin's one's a P100D, with a 3 motor fucking deal with ludicrous mode. It's very fast.
Yeah, they're fast.
Hang on,
but
we got two new names in. We've
Yeah,
got
I'm watching these. These are great.
stuff and things.
It's the Hoff, Nick. It's the dirty Hoff stuff.
I ain't fucking doing no EV shit. So just like,
and Nugget E-Tech Garage.
UFO sorcery engineering, hey?
That's
fucking hell.
the
Giving up on Life Garage.
giving up on Life Garage. That's
No, it's
it's actually nearly one of my questions. I did have a question there that was what's the funniest nickname you would give me and why? But no, I think we'll just stick with the funniest.
I think cyberbullying Scott is fun, so I don't.
I think it works well that we're just E names for Nugget Garage is just as good.
E Garage, Nugget E Garage is a good one,
and it's just mainly because of the shake of the head that we get every time we get one.
Yeah. It's only because of
dickheads.
Disapproval. If there was no disapproval, it wouldn't be funny. It's just the fact that there's a disapproval there that makes it funny. Oh, it's funny.
Oh,
anyway,
so true.
But yeah, no,
I watched that. Did you watch that? Did you watch that McMurty fucking fan car thing doing the quarter mile on the runway?
I haven't seen that.
No,
I topped out at like 150 mile an hour or something like that, but I didn't see anything else.
No, on the Car Wow YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So on an unprepped runway in the wet, with a little bit of fan assistance in the first 200 foot, it went 792.
Wow.
In the quarter on an unprepped track on a street tire.
That's a lot.
That's fast.
It's fast. It's very fast. Like
but that's £2 million.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think that it's definitely going to happen. As in, people are definitely going to go electric, but I don't think it's going to be as fast as everyone seems to think.
That's a car that has a battery pack designed to do acceleration, not endurance. So that's a small battery pack.
And at that same day where they ran that 790, they probably had 3 engineers there designing exactly what it's going to do and how it's going to run it. And it's not like you or I could go and spend £2,000 on it and go take it to a racetrack and it's going to run a 790. It's not a thing, but it's funny because every time we have the discussion, Jake was one of the ones that pointed this out. Was every time someone has a discussion.
If you had £2 million, do you reckon you could build an IC car that would run 790 on a runway?
I reckon if I had £2 million, I'd be buying a Pro
Yeah.
Mod. But
I reckon I want to sticks on a fucking runway with £10 million.
But I mean, like we had this, like Jake's probably one of the ones he pointed this out. I'm pretty sure was that if electric's going to take over tomorrow and there's going to be no petrol cars left, why do they still build carburetors?
Yeah.
It'll never take over.
Like
Exactly.
carburetors are still, like,
as long as you can
business
still
from
buy a
some carbon.
brand new carburetor off the shelf at race car, then the EVs will not take over.
Well, you've only got to look at how much fucking shit energy goes into building EV.
Yeah. Well, I mean, carburetors are outdated 15.
Look at the lithium leach pools in the mines where they mine the lithium.
Amongst friends, mate.
Yes, it's actually when you actually look into what it's pretty. Electric cars are pretty bad for the fucking environment.
Oh yeah.
So, and then I was even just watching something the other night. Even the other night watching something with the bloody
it's zero emissions.
Yeah, it makes up for it.
So I think right now, it's not
the
emitting anything.
That's
Actually,
right.
That runs on renewable energy. That's good for the environment.
No,
I think it was one of the first ever live stories we did when we did our first ever live story was talking about how much went into building, like how long it took for a car to drive, an electric car to drive, before it became carbon neutral, and it was the batteries would die before it actually got to that point.
Of course.
Yeah, and that was based on how much work went into bloody mining the shit and building it and all the rest of it, and how much energy
funny.
went into all that.
I remember a study that was put out years ago, and I think it was Ferrari or one of those Lamborghini or something, like a really high end hypercar company, and they argued that them as a company put out less emissions than a Prius, and it was because the people who own a Ferrari do 2,000 k's a year. The amount of emissions that it takes to build a Ferrari and do 2,000 k's a year is like down here, whereas the amount of emissions that is involved in building a Prius and driving it 100,000 k's or 50,000 k's a year is like here. So they're like, we're more efficient than Toyota. Like, which, I mean, technically makes sense.
I watched the thing the other night where they were building a bloody wind turbine and watching how many bloody trucks they were using and machineries and cranes and shit that it involved to move a wind turbine. It was just like, holy hell, there was a lot of diesel involved in that. So, crazy shit.
Pardon me. Yeah, crazy.
All right. Here's a question. What was the best-selling car of all time? Does anyone know that?
The Beetle, wasn't it?
Was it the Beetle? Or was it I thought the Corolla took it over.
Ooh, hang on. If only we had the power of the internet at the palm of our
You can't cheat.
I'm pretty sure it was that fucking, it was that toy car, wasn't it? Like the
Lego car. It'd be a Lego car.
Thing.
Well, Lego's the biggest tyre manufacturer in the world. But no, it's a Toyota Corolla. I thought you'd have that. It's a Toyota Corolla. 43 million Toyota Corollas since 1966.
No, I'm pretty sure that kid fucking plastic car did more than that.
Well, I don't know.
Don't make me look it up.
You may have to. But that was my answer to the question.
Minimize the Pornhub, Scott, and find us the answer.
The largest manufacturer in the world was Toyota. 13,000 cars a day.
I recall from back in my Volkswagen, when I worked at Volkswagen back in those days, they kept acquiring companies to try to be bigger than Toyota at one point. They kept acquiring companies.
Well, 13,000 cars a day at Toyota. How many do you reckon Ferrari do?
I know. I've heard this. Isn't it like 200 cars a year or something like that? It's something.
It is Toyota. Fuck.
Yeah, I am getting all my research from Google, Scott. I have absolutely no knowledge myself. Tyler, what do you reckon? How many cars would if Toyota does 13,000 a day? How many do you reckon Ferrari does?
Probably not even one.
A little bit more, 14.
14 a day.
Yeah, Ferrari manufacturers produce 14 a day.
I reckon I can outrun Jake's fucking falling rear end with my stock rear end and my A71.
Hang on, what? Say that again.
No, I only say it once. It's all good.
You'll have to watch it back later.
Where is Jake? What's he doing?
Jake knows.
Oh, he's back.
He's good.
He's back.
He's probably
There he
went
is.
to take a whiz or something. He did definitely go get a drink.
Ah.
I think he's muted his
What do you
microphone on his
reckon?
actual
How
headset.
quick do you, if you had to guess, right? Here's a guess for you. How quick, with no Google assistance here, what do you reckon the world record is for the fastest engine replacement?
Oh, it's like
I've seen this
26
military
seconds.
thing. It's like 35
Yeah.
seconds or 40 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, 42 seconds.
42.
Yeah.
42 seconds.
I knew it was.
It had
I
like
knew it
2
was
bolts holding that
fast.
shit in. That's not right.
And there was
It's a bit of a
I
cheat.
think it was like two.
Yeah.
It was like 2 pins holding the CV joints in or something
Yeah.
like that. It was like, yeah, it was weird. It was a system.
There you go. And based on your points before about how much EV and cars sitting and stuff, 95% of a car's lifetime is actually spent parked.
Oh,
So that's
yeah,
just
I
in
get that.
general. A car is only spends 5% of its lifetime on the road.
And 99% of all of our project cars spend their time in the fucking garage or being worked
Yeah,
on.
so if that's based on our dailies, that 5% of its lifetime is spent on the road, how little is our other cars?
Especially when you build a drag car and you're really retarded and you only get up it for like 8 seconds at a time and then that's it. Then you're done. Then you're finished. Like it's
I
retarded.
reckon
It's so dumb.
5% of my life's on the road per day. Max.
Just per day. The rest of it's driving, but just in one room.
Yeah.
Do a lot of driving in one room, never leaving the room. 95% of Americans drive an automatic vehicle.
That's because that's because they know it's quicker.
Ah!
Or they're stupid.
Here's some more facts.
You seem salty tonight, Scott. Do you need a hug? Do you want a hug? I'm not driving to you, but do you want a hug?
I need multiple hugs.
Virtual cuddles.
Uh,
Did you know that most car horns honk in the key of F?
I did know that. I heard that before.
You did know that? Yeah.
I have heard that before.
except for Ferrari, it's like E or C.
They do something different. The average American spends 38 hours in traffic every year. That's a bit of a boring fact. So the most common car color is white. That's probably fairly obvious. Yep. What do you think the least popular car color would be?
Yellow.
Red.
Yellow, red.
No, red
Yellow.
is the one that I have heard the fact that red is the one that's most commonly in car accidents. I have heard that one.
Yellow and
Yeah,
black are
there's
the
a fair
most
few.
2 colours chosen by pedophiles.
Really?
Yellow and black, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. What do you think's the least popular color, Jake?
Don't fucking talk shit about bamboo.
Is Jake there? Have we got Jake? Hello? No, there's no Jake. Tyler?
No, he's
Go
out.
to
He's
Tyler.
out.
He's with Diggles. Jake's
green?
talking
I'll
to
go green.
Diggles.
I'll guess green.
You'll go green? Can you...
How can you talk shit about bamboo? Dad's garage.
Yeah.
Bamboo's beige, mate. Come on.
Can we... oh no,
He's
Jake's
gone.
left. I was going to get him to do bloody charades for colour.
Well, I mean, his only choice is silver. He's got a car behind him that's silver. That's really the only
Well,
choice
silver's
he's
probably the next most common after white, right?
got. Yeah.
It's purple. Purple. There you go. Purple is the least popular car colour.
We're all wrong.
So white, black, grey are the most popular.
Fucking.
Not
But then it goes purple, orange, and yellow. So Scott was the closest with his answer. Nobody. I didn't say orange because I got an orange car, I guess. There you go. There you go. There's a few different facts there. The Corolla. Yep. What about the inventor of cruise control. Did you know that he was blind? So.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. No, he was blind. He was in an accident at 5-year-old, caused him to be blind, and he went on to create cruise control.
I'm trying to think of all these car facts.
And that was called Speedo. And that was called a Speedostat. The first cruise control.
But it seems like maintaining speed and not cornering would be an ideal thing.
Not cornering.
That's retarded.
I'm trying to think of these other car facts. So when I was an apprentice, like I'm pretty sure it was was it Mercedes that invented the seat belt, or was it Volvo?
No, it's Volvo.
Volvo. The Volvo Amazon 120 was the first 3-point seat belt. I don't know about first seat belt. First 3-point seat belt, and that was in 1959.
And then I'm pretty certain. I know it was Lancia that was the first people to design the overhead cam engine. I remember that. I do remember that.
First car radio was Chevrolet in 1922. And the government wanted it banned because it was considered a distraction.
And here we are with screens the size of our TVs in our car.
Which is okay as long as you don't touch your phone.
Yeah.
The first electric vehicle was actually created in 1832.
Yes, and you know why they didn't continue with it? Because it was scaring the horses.
Really?
Yeah, because it was something to do with them being so quiet that the horses and carriage it was spooking the horses. So they stopped building them. They built petrols because it was steam. I'm pretty sure it was petrol or it was steam, but they built one of them because it was noisier.
We've got that Jake and Friends guy just hanging out in the comments now, sending us.
Nah, just screw him. He's gone. He's hanging out with Diggs. He's just talking stuff about Mer Cruisers or something. I don't know. Let him go.
All right, guys. Well, I guess another question would be: so, what is the Christmas Day plans? You know, what's Christmas Day like in the household for you guys? So Nick, what's Christmas Day involved for you, mate?
Oh, running around between two houses like usual.
Do the family, the in-laws.
My family, then do the in-laws' family, and yeah, it's always a headache. But that's all right. It is what it is.
And do you have morning and is it a morning thing and then a lunch or lunch and then dinner?
It's an afternoon. It's a lunch thing and then a dinner thing. It's all a bit of a thing because everyone wants to do lunch this year, which makes things nice and complicated for us. But I don't really. Whatever, we'll work it out. I'll just get drunk and I don't care. So it's fine. Yeah.
Hoff, for you have a big family thing at home. What do you do, mate?
Oh, the boys they'll wake up at like, I don't know, 5 a.m. if I'm lucky.
Wake you up?
Yeah, and then it'll be the same as what Nick said. It'll just be all about them and then drinking. And then I think I've got 3 family freaking things to go to in 3 days.
So it's a pretty busy period for you as well, mate.
It'll just be bourbon and ham, probably.
Lots of ham.
Bingo.
I was talking to Mal, Dad's garage today. He's been eating ham for the last 3 days already. So he said he'll eat ham for the next 2 weeks and then not eat it again for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
so.
That's exactly it.
Tyler, I could ask you, but I guess I sort of know you're coming here for lunch.
Yeah.
So that's
him.
I'm cooking a ham. So I am doing a ham, doing a couple of chooks in the smoker. We'll do that. And then I've already got some brisket because Sally did some brisket for about 18 hours last week. And we've got some of that in the freezer. We'll heat that one back up. So we'll have brisket, chook. We've got some prawns. We've got some ham. I'll do a big glazed ham and stuff as well. And and there's only Tyler and Paige and Tyler's father-in-law, Troy, coming out for lunch, and then we've got a few friends in the afternoon. I think we've got like Scott and Sky from Willie's coming over. A couple other friends as well going to come around, and we'll eat more food and drink piss and swim in the pool and listen to music and get drunk and carry on. And it should be fun. Will be no working for a change.
That would be. I'm keen for that myself.
Yeah,
I'm sure you guys are the same.
yeah. How's working for yourself going this year, Nick?
It's good. It's good. It's been flat out. Haven't stopped, which is good. Man, I'm glad to have a break though. Man, I'm so glad to have a break. I had a couple of weeks off. I went to Bali in October, September, somewhere around there. I can't remember when, but it was one of those big months. That was good, but yeah, I'm so keen to just stop for the year and just. I'm done. I'm spent. I'm sure. I know Scott's the same because every time I talk to him, he seems to be under the pump.
It's because we always ask for more.
I think everyone does.
He's too nice. So, Scott, can you tune my car? We all do it to him.
Big teddy bear. You got big cuddle. Big cuddle.
We do appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Thanks for everything this year. He did a lot of work on Sundays and stuff to get me going. So that was pretty good. So I was one of those pricks that making work all those extra hours. So I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'll have to put those new shirts on the site and sell some for him. So look for next year. Yeah, thanks, mate. Look for next year for that new shirt that he's wearing there on his site and go buy some.
There is a lot of good eggs in the industry, and you've got to appreciate the guys that are good eggs, because there's a lot of people who just say, piss off, go away, I'm not interested, and there's a lot of good eggs. So, and Scott's one of those good eggs. So,
yeah, true, mate. We do appreciate it. And I actually had Chris Webb. Chris Webb was here today, actually, and we were talking about your shirt. So I think he's going to change him up again for you or something. So, yeah, they're pretty good. What do you think of his new logo?
What? Needs more colour.
Cleveland Dino, mate. That's fancy. Look out. Hey, Scott, can I book in my caddy for a tow bar, please, bro?
You can.
You'll be waiting. All right. Well, I think I think we're up for a wrap, eh? I think we've got to. We've lost Jake. We've lost Diggles early in the piece, which was hard to understand anyway. It's getting late. We've got Christmas Eve tomorrow. Server error. It was good to have everyone on, and I guess in 12 months we'll do it all again, eh?
We'll have a pretty mega. I think we'll have a pretty mega 12 months between the 5, 6 of us. Yeah, definitely. Wait and see. We'll have 2023. We'll put on another Christmas bash next year as well. So we'll do that. Don't put it on the 10th of December next year, okay? Don't put it on the 10th of any other day besides the 10th of December. That is my missus. Well, that'll one day of the year that I'm not allowed to go to the racetrack, okay? Well, that'll be a Sunday next year. So you'll just have to just remember I'm upset I missed it, but I didn't have a choice. It's the one day a year that I give her, say, hey, you know what, you're right. We go to the track enough. On your birthday, we won't go. It was a big night. It was a great day. It was a pretty big night. I think I toddled off to bed around 3:30, but I had a great time. And I think come out and be part of the day, but be part of the catch up and the night as well. Like the same with Road Trip. I think we've had some big nights at Road Trip. I think hanging out and doing the nights and stuff at Road Trip is definitely. I think the police car one of the highlights was a pretty big hit at Road Trip. I don't know whether we're going to bring it back next year, but I think it was pretty good. It was quite funny because we did one trip around and everyone was sort of like, look at these fucking idiots. And then we did the second trip around and then everyone was starting to put things on the limiter and start to play games. And it was cool. It was. I think it did its job. The crowd that we had around Scott's camp on the Saturday night at 9:57
It was like
It was.
it was a big
The whole plan was we were within the rules. Mick said his rules were, and I will quote, is that his rules were all movements of vehicles must be finished by 10 p.m. And we were done by 10 p.m.
And I know Mick said everything was quiet at 10 p.m. and he was happy.
Bingo. At 9:59 though, it was not, but at 10 p.m. it was done, and that was our. We weren't.
And that's all that matters.
Rules. We were just there to enforce them. That's all we were doing.
It did well. It did well. It was good fun. Awesome, guys. Thank you for everyone in the chat. Sorry we missed a lot of comments tonight, but I hope you enjoyed sitting here around listening to our banner and talk shit and Scott beating up on us about diesel salt.
Tell me I got the second fastest 3 hours ever when I don't. I got the third.
Yeah, he talked you up.
Oh, you'll get there, mate.
He's forgetting about a little white crawler that he just seems to glaze over.
It's on
Don't worry,
street
mate.
duties at the moment.
I'll put my running gear in something a little bit lighter than a heavy old Lexus, and we'll see how we go. All right?
Oh, come on, do it. Bring it on.
I'm going. I'm fucking doing it.
I thought you had that up for sale.
Merry Christmas.
It's not this car, but it's another car that's the same. But like, you know, if you can read that, it's coming. It's coming for you, Scott.
All right, guys. Thank you for being on. Thank you for everything this year. Have a great Christmas. Enjoy, and we'll see everybody in 2023.
Kendall.
Drinks up.